Hello future CS, welcome back to my channel again. I hope you all are studying well for the upcoming exams. So in the today's video, we'll be solving the case scenario 5 from the case scenarios booklet for CA Final FR. So what I have done is I have created a separate playlist where I'll be adding all the videos relating to the case scenarios. So I will add the link to that playlist in the description to this video. You can go and watch it from there. Also guys, if you are new to my channel, I request you all to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that you do not miss out on any updates. So guys, when you visit my channel in the playlist section, you can see there is a separate playlist for CA final exam. And there is also playlist for CA final auditing, CA final AFM, and also there is a playlist for this case scenario booklet where I'll be adding more videos by solving the case scenario questions. There is also a playlist as CAGPT for students. In this I have made some videos demonstrating different techniques in which you can use CAGPT while preparing for your CA exams. So please visit my channel and you can watch all of these videos. So today we'll be solving the case scenario number 5. So first let's read out this case scenario and then we'll see the MCQ one by one. Joy Limited wishes to calculate tax base of its assets and defer tax as of 31st March 2025. The balance sheet has been adjusted by current tax expense. The extracts of assets part of the balance sheet as on 31st March 2025 is as follows. So the extract of the asset has been given here and the company wishes to calculate its tax base and defer tax. So mostly in this question, Ind AS 12, that is income tax. So mainly this will be applicable. So let's see the balance sheet extract here. So assets, we have non-current assets. That is property, plant and equipment 12 lakh. Then we have intangible assets, product development cost rupees 60,000. Investment in subsidiary P Limited rupees 4 lakh 40,000. Current assets, that is trade investment rupees 2 lakh 8,000. Trade receivables rupees 6 lakh 26,000. Inventories rupees 3 lakh 4,000. Cash and cash equivalents rupees 1 lakh 80,000. Total assets amount to rupees 30 lakh 18,000. Now let's see some notes. Note number A. Depreciation expense for the year 2024-2025 allowable in accordance with tax law is rupees 2 lakh 6,000. Accounting depreciation included in operating cost is rupees 1 lakh 70,000. The cost of the property, plant and equipment is rupees 16 lakh. And Joy Limited has deducted expenses of rupees 4 lakh 16,000 in its tax return prior to the financial year 2024-2025. Moreover, as on 31st March 2025, Joy Limited for the first time revalued its property, plant and equipment to fair value of rupees 12 lakh and revaluation surplus amounted to rupees 88,000. Note number B. In the year 2021-2022, Joy Limited incurred product development costs of rupees 1 lakh. These costs were recognized as an asset and being amortized over a useful period of 10 years. For tax purposes, Joy Limited deducted full product development cost in 2021 and 2022. Note number C. Trade investments were acquired in 2023-2024 with a cost of rupees 2,30,000. These investments are classified at fair value through P&L account and thus recognized at fair value. Fair value adjustments are not tax deductible. Assuming a tax rate of 32% for the year 2024-2025. So based on what we read out from the question, the company wants to calculate the deferred tax asset or liability. Hence, mostly Ind AS 12, that is income taxes, which deals with deferred tax calculations, tax base and temporary differences are applicable in this case. Additionally, in some of the question, we might consider provisions from Ind AS 16, that is property, plant and equipment, Ind AS 38, that is intangible assets, and Ind AS 109, that is financial instrument. So wherever applicable, we might consider provisions from these Ind AS as well. So before we go ahead and answer each MCQ, let's quickly try to revise the deferred tax concept as per Ind AS 12, that is income taxes. Since major portion of this case scenario is based on this concept itself. So first we will understand the concept of deferred tax liability. So deferred tax liability arises when the carrying amount of an asset is greater than its tax base. So let's try to understand as to what is the carrying amount and what is its tax base. So carrying amount is nothing but value of an asset recorded in the company's financial statement, that is in the accounting books. And tax base, this is the value of the asset according to tax laws used to calculate taxable income. So a deferred tax liability arises when the asset's carrying amount, that is the accounting value, is greater than its tax value. This means that for tax purposes, the company has claimed more deductions, for example through accelerated depreciation, than it has recorded in the books. So because of this, it will have an impact on the future profitable value. So this means that future taxable profit will be higher due to lower tax deduction in the future. Because since the company has already claimed higher deductions for tax purposes, in the future it will have fewer deductions left. As a result, in the future period, the tax income will be higher because already they have claimed many deductions. Because of this, only fewer deductions will be left to reduce the income in the future. Hence, higher taxable income means the company will owe more taxes in the future. Hence, this means this creates a liability today. That is why it is called deferred tax liability. Now we will see the concept of deferred tax asset. So deferred tax asset arises when the carrying amount of an asset is lower than its tax base. So the carrying amount and the tax base we have already discussed in the previous slide. So carrying amount is nothing but the value of an asset recorded in the company's financial statement as per accounting rule. And tax base is the value of the asset according to tax laws used to calculate taxable income. Hence, a deferred tax asset arises when the carrying amount of the asset is lower than its tax base. This usually happens when company records lower expenses or higher profits in the accounting books than what is allowable for tax purposes. The future impact of this will mean that the future taxable profits will be lower due to higher tax deductions in the future. If the tax base is higher, it means that the company can claim more deductions for tax purposes in the future. So, more deductions in the future means that future taxable profits will be lower, leading to lower tax payments. So, hence, this leads to a future benefit. So, this future benefits is recorded as a deferred tax asset today because it will help in reducing taxes in the future. So these were some basic concepts relating to deferred tax asset and deferred tax liability. Now let's go ahead and see the MCQ and try to solve them. Question number 1. With respect to point A in the question above, determine the tax base of property, plant and equipment for the year 2024-2025. Option A rupees 12 lakh, option B rupees 9 lakh 78,000, option C rupees 13 lakh 94,000 or option D rupees 11 lakh 84,000. So here the relevant Ind AS are Ind AS 12, that is income tax, which defines the concept of tax base and temporary differences. And also Ind AS 16 is applicable, that is property, plant and equipment, which deals with PPE recognition, depreciation and revaluation. So first let's note down some given data from the question which will help us in solving this MCQ. So the cost of PPE is 16 lakhs. Total tax depreciation claimed in the prior years, rupees 4 lakh 16,000. Tax depreciation for the current year, rupees 2 lakh 6,000. Carrying amount after revaluation, rupees 12 lakh. So here the question is to calculate the tax base of the PPE. So tax base of an asset is equal to cost minus total tax depreciation claimed. So applying this formula here, total cost is 16 lakh and total depreciation claimed will be 4 lakh 16,000, which were claimed in the prior years, plus the depreciation claimed in the current year, that is 2 lakh 6,000. Hence the tax base is rupees 9 lakh 78,000. Hence the correct answer is answer B, rupees 9 lakh 78,000. Now let's see the second MCQ. Question number 2. With respect to point A in the case scenario above, determine deferred tax on property, plant and equipment for the year 2024-2025. Option A, deferred tax liability rupees 71,040. Option B, deferred tax asset rupees 71,040. Option C, deferred tax liability rupees 28,160. Option D, deferred tax asset of rupees 28,160. So let's see the solution for the second MCQ now. So here the relevant Ind AS are Ind AS 12 again, that is income tax. Deferred tax liability arises when the carrying amount of an asset is higher than its tax base. And the another Ind AS applicable is Ind AS 16, property, plant and equipment. That is, revaluation creates a taxable temporary difference leading to deferred tax liability. Now we will note down some important points given in the question. So first is the carrying amount after revaluation, rupees 12 lakh. And then we have the tax base which we calculated in the question number 1 above, which is rupees 9,78,000. And then we have the tax rate. This is given in the question itself, that is 32%. So now the next step will be to calculate the temporary difference. Temporary difference is carrying amount minus the tax base. So in this case, the carrying amount, that is the revalued amount, is 12 lakhs and the tax base is 9,78,000. So 12 lakhs minus 9,78,000 is 2,22,000. So this is the temporary difference. Since in this case the carrying amount is greater than the tax base, it will lead to a deferred tax liability. So deferred tax liability. This is nothing but the temporary difference into the tax rate, which is given in the question itself. So temporary difference is 2,22,000 into the tax rate, that is 32%, which is given in the question itself. So this will lead to 71,040. Hence the correct answer is option A, deferred tax liability rupees 71,040. Now we will solve the MCQ number 3. Question number 3. With respect to the point B given in the case scenario above, determine the tax base of product development cost for the year 2024-2025. Option A, rupees 60,000. Option B, rupees 1 lakh. Option C, rupees 40,000. Option D, nil. So here also the relevant Ind AS applicable is Ind AS 12, income taxes. The tax base of an asset is the amount that will be deductible for tax purposes in the future period. And apart from this, Ind AS 38 is also applicable, that is intangible assets. Product development costs can be capitalized for accounting purposes, but it might be treated differently for tax purposes. Now first let's note down some important facts given from the question which will be required to solve this part of the MCQ. So original product development cost which was incurred in 2021-2022, rupees 1 lakh. Amortized carrying amount in the financial statements as of 2024-2025, rupees 60,000. For tax purposes, the entire rupees 1 lakh was fully deducted in 2021 and 2022. Now let's see the calculation of tax base. So tax base of an asset is equal to amount deductible for tax purposes in the future years. However, in this case, since full rupees 1 lakh was already expensed in the tax return earlier, hence there is no future deduction available. Hence the tax base is 0. Hence the correct answer is option D, nil. Now let's see the fourth MCQ. Question number 4. With respect to the point B in the above case scenario, determine the deferred tax on product development cost for the year 2024-2025. Option A. Deferred tax liability rupees 32,000. Option B. Deferred tax asset rupees 32,000. Option C. Deferred tax liability rupees 19,200. Option D. Deferred tax asset rupees 19,200. So the applicable Ind AS here again is Ind AS 12, that is income taxes. A deferred tax liability arises when the carrying amount of the asset is higher than its tax base, leading to taxable temporary differences. And another Ind AS applicable here is Ind AS 38, intangible asset. Product development cost capitalized in the financial statement but fully expensed in the tax return create a temporary difference. So first we will note down some important points here again. Carrying amount after amortization in the financial statements. This is rupees 60,000. Next, the tax base which we calculated in the question number 3 above is rupees 0. And then we have the tax rate which is given in the question itself, that is 32%. So let's go ahead and conclude the temporary difference now. So temporary difference is nothing but difference in carrying amount and the tax base, that is carrying amount minus the tax base. So in this case the carrying amount is rupees 60,000 and tax base is 0. Hence the temporary difference is rupees 60,000. Since the carrying amount is greater than the tax base, this will lead to a deferred tax liability. So the deferred tax liability is nothing but temporary difference into the tax rate, that is rupees 60,000 into 32%. So the deferred tax liability is rupees 19,200. Hence the correct answer in this case is option C, deferred tax liability rupees 19,200. So guys, if you are looking for a simple yet powerful technique to boost your concentration, confidence and exam performance and also increase your marks in the exam, I have a magical switch word for you all. So first let's discuss as to what are switch words. Switch words are special words that act like mental shortcuts to reprogram your subconscious mind. They help shift your energy, attract positive outcome, and also improve focus effortlessly. So the magical switch word I have here is ACE. So this is the magical switch word we'll be using today. So why chant ACE? The word ACE symbolizes mastery, success and excellence. By chanting it daily, you align your mind with the winning mindset, helping you stay focused and perform better in your studies. So how to chant this switch word? Every morning after waking up, close your eyes and chant Ace, Ace, Ace and so on continuously for 5 minutes with full belief. And again in the night before sleeping, repeat the same for 5 minutes to reinforce positive energy. So you will be chanting like Ace, 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 so on for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the night. Also guys, remember, chanting this switch word alone won't make you pass your exams. Hard work, discipline and smart study techniques are the real game changers. You can use this tool to strengthen your focus. But make sure you are putting in consistent effort. So start today. Chant ACE with belief, work hard and trust the process. And the success is yours to claim. So let's see the fifth MCQ now. Question number 5. With respect to the point C given in the case scenario above, determine the tax base of trade investment for the year 2024-2025. Option A, rupees 2,30,000. Option B, rupees 2,08,000. Option C, rupees 22,000, or option D, 0. So the applicable Ind AS here is Ind AS 12, that is income taxes. The tax base of an asset is the amount deductible for tax purposes in future period. And another Ind AS applicable here is Ind AS 109, that is financial instruments. Trade investments classified as fair value through profit and loss account are recognized at fair value, but fair value adjustments are not tax deductible. So now let's note down some important points given in the question. Carrying amount in the financial statement, that is the fair value. This is rupees 2,08,000. Original cost acquisition price rupees 2,30,000. Then we have fair value adjustment, but this is not tax deductible. So in this case, the original acquisition cost itself remains the tax base because the fair value changes are not recognized for tax purposes. Hence, in this case, the original acquisition cost itself is the tax base. Tax base is equal to original cost, which is equal to rupees 2,30,000. Hence, the correct answer is option A, rupees 2,30,000. Now, let's see the MCQ number 6. Question number 6. With respect to point C in the above case scenario, determine deferred tax on trade investment for the year 2024-2025. Option A, deferred tax liability rupees 66,560. Option B, deferred tax asset rupees 66,560. Option C, deferred tax liability rupees 7,040. Option D, deferred tax asset rupees 7,040. So here the applicable Ind AS are Ind AS 12, income taxes. A deferred tax liability arises when the carrying amount of an asset is higher than its tax base, creating a taxable temporary difference. And another Ind AS applicable here is Ind AS 109, that is financial instruments. As we discussed earlier, investments classified as fair value through profit and loss are recorded at fair value in the financial statement. But fair value adjustments are not recognized for tax purpose. Hence, this leads to temporary difference. Now, as usual, let's note down some important points which is required to solve this question. Carrying amount, that is fair value as given in the financial statements, rupees 2,08,000. Then we have tax base which we computed from question number 5, that is 2,30,000. And then we have the tax rate, that is 32%. So first we will compute the temporary difference, that is carrying amount minus the tax base. So in this case the carrying amount is rupees 2,08,000 and the tax base is rupees 2,30,000. So in this case, since the carrying amount is lower than the tax base, this leads to deferred tax asset. So computation of deferred tax asset. So this is nothing but the temporary difference into the tax rate. So deferred tax asset rupees 7,040. So the correct answer is option D. Deferred tax asset rupees 7,040. So now let's see the seventh MCQ. Question number 7. Determine the net deferred tax asset or net deferred tax liability of Joy Limited for the year 2024-2025. Option A. Deferred tax liability rupees 83,200. Option B. Deferred tax asset rupees 83,200. Option C. Deferred tax liability rupees 97,280. And option D. Deferred tax asset rupees 44,800. So the relevant Ind AS applicable here is Ind AS 12, income taxes. So the deferred tax liabilities arise when the carrying amount of the asset exceeds its tax base, and deferred tax asset arises in opposite case. The net deferred tax position is determined by offsetting the DTA and DTL balances. Hence, for 3 questions, now we have computed the deferred tax asset and liability. So let's see the balances of those. So for property, plant and equipment, we had computed deferred tax liability of rupees 71,040. For product development cost, we had computed deferred tax liability of rupees 19,200. And for trade investment, we had computed deferred tax asset of rupees 7,040. Hence, computation of net deferred tax position. So this is nothing but total deferred tax liability minus total deferred tax asset. So in this case, the total deferred tax liability will be rupees 71,040 plus 19,200, and the total deferred tax asset is rupees 7,040. So the net deferred tax position here is net deferred tax liability, which is 83,200, because the deferred tax liability is more than the deferred tax asset here. Since the DTL is greater than DTA, Joy Limited has a net deferred tax liability of rupees 83,200. Hence the correct answer is option A. Deferred tax liability rupees 83,200. So that's it guys for today's video. We solved the 7 MCQs from the case scenario number 5. I hope this video was informative and helpful for you guys. In case you found this video helpful, please like and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel for more such further videos. All the best for your exams, happy studying, and I will see you all in the next video.